Broadcasting from the Sandpiper Vacation Studio. Welcome to Parents' Night Out with no new friends. Real, raw hilarity. It's your night out without the kids. So kick back, relax, and get ready to let loose with us. This is Parents' Night Out with no new friends.
Hey, what's up, bitches? What's going on, YouTube? Don't know who's watching. I don't have a lot up because I am hosting tonight. Scott is not here tonight because, you know, the thing that pisses me off, he's not even watching.
Bastard.
Like, that's crazy to me.
He's too good for us.
Yeah, a little crazy to me that Scott, you know, he says he loves the podcast and won't even watch us. What did he just text us? I keep trying to do that and can't. Oh, I literally just clicked the button to do the whatever you said.
Did you put it in our Discord too?
That we're live? No, I did not.
Yeah.
If you want to do that, do you have the link or no?
Let's see if I
can pull up the link.
I'm afraid to touch stuff.
I'm afraid to touch stuff.
Oh my gosh. Oh, I gotta press record. I forgot again when I said I'm afraid to press it. I'm gonna press record now, guys, so that we can so that I don't have to click anything. Oh my gosh. I was half joking about the Mark clip. That's interesting. Why doesn't Scott do any of this? You could just hit M on your keyboard. Yeah, clip created from marker. Oh my gosh. So just create. Oh my gosh. I have to go on there and search for stuff. He's like, hey, you know, make a funny clip. I have to go on there and search for stuff. All he has to do is hit the letter M.
I think you should record every episode now, but I don't think he would like you taking control away from him.
No, I don't think so either. Anyway, Darren, you got to count me in.
Ready? 3, 2, 1.
That's right. You're listening to the No New Friends podcast. Voted number. Wait a second. Wrong script.
What a great start.
This is. It's been a while since Scott let me do this. All right. All right. Here's one. Welcome to episode 14 of the Diz His pod. Oh, I'm sorry. Hold on a second.
No, not that one either.
I'm just gonna wing it here. Welcome to Parents' Night Out, the podcast where we, the parents, and Darren, get a well-deserved break from the chaos that we call adulthood. If you'd like to connect with us, please do so by following us on all of our socials that will be posted right down there in the description. I'm pointing down like you're seeing something. We're on YouTube right now. We won't be on YouTube when you're listening to this on Apple Podcasts. Just go to the description. I'm proud of you. You can do it. I'm your host this evening, morning, afternoon, whatever time you might be listening to this. I go by the name Chris, but you could just call me Better Than Scott. Alongside me in virtual studio are some of my favorite people on God's green earth. First, we have our emotional support gay, Nick.
I get to go first? Wow. You put the gay first. Yay for DEI.
The hospitality hero, Sarah.
Oh, wow. I don't know how I feel about that one yet either, but hi, guys.
It's better than whatever Scott's come up with. ChatGPT gave me that one. The wise man, Darren.com.
Acknowledge me.
And reintroducing our friend, the wife of the Zodiac killer of the Smoky Mountains, Miranda.
What's up?
ChatGPT did not come up with that one. It was like I got flagged when I started to type in traits for that one. Anyway, I do want to start this episode off by saying it is with a heavy heart that I do have to inform you that Scott is not with us. I had to include the words heavy because Scott is morbidly obese. Now, he's still alive. You just miss him dearly. He's on a trip to Mexico, actually. Is it a coincidence that he left the country as soon as the FBI director promised to release the Epstein files? I don't know. Probably not. Without Scott hosting this week, that means you are stuck with me, but it also means that there are no cliff notes tonight. So I figured I'd start off the show with a monologue instead, which actually started 45 seconds ago. Now, we have a new president now. It's been about a month, and a lot has changed in this country. Now, one of the biggest things was getting rid of DEI, diversity, equity, inclusion. Sounds like a great thing to get rid of. A lot of people think that's a bad thing, but I actually beg to differ because we were able to fire Scott since we didn't have to retain any high-calorie humans anymore. Now, I did say the term high-calorie human, which is the politically correct way of saying someone who's overweight. Now, while DEI is gone, we aren't allowed to be throwing around offensive and racial slurs, which is another reason why we had to let Scott go. Now, I've been talking to Scott a lot on his vacation, and it told me two things. One, I'm very flattered to be a close friend that he calls during his vacations. And two, if he has the time to call me, it probably means he's not having a lot of sex with his wife.
Yeah.
You know, which is fine because with the amount of alcohol consumption that he's had, 9 months from now, we'd probably have another Darren situation. He's at an all-inclusive resort in Mexico, so that means all you can drink. Now, the one thing he complained about is all of his drinks that he had were room temperature. Now, when he asked management about this, they said there is absolutely no ice on premises. I'll let that sink in.
Oh.
Scott was worried
Whoa.
about being able to return to Mexico because of all the deportations out of the United States. Now, I was just worried about his flight with all these plane crashes. Now, I told him not to even worry about texting us. I was just going to watch CNN. I swear they have a ticker at the bottom of the screen with just plane crashes now ever since the new year. Trump claimed that we would win so much that we would get tired of winning. Now, President Trump, if you want to beat George Bush's plane accident record, I think I'm tired of all the winning. But anyway, that's all from me, guys. How are you guys doing tonight?
Wow. I don't know what to say after that.
I was gonna say I got nothing. I got
And
nothing.
that is my monologue. In all seriousness, I actually have no idea where I was going with that. Anyway, Scott's not here with us tonight. I am. Darren's here. Miranda's here. Sarah's here. Nick's here. Try to come up with a new nickname for Sarah. Didn't stick. Blame ChatGPT. It's actually Grok. It was Elon Musk's AI. So just another reason to be upset with him right now. Just add it to the list.
All the
guys.
reasons.
Just add it, just
He
add it to
doesn't
the
like
list.
my people.
No.
Okay. So he's, of course it's gonna come. up
My
with
heart
that.
goes out to you.
Yeah.
Oof.
Anyway, without Scott being here, it puts I don't even want to say a strain on the podcast because it really doesn't. You get the absence of heavy breathing, which is kind of nice for listeners. Kind of nice for
Yeah.
Alex, who edits the podcast. Oh, and also along with us tonight is our producer, Alex. Thank goodness.
Can't wait to
Thank
see
God
what he
he's here.
says.
Can't say I forgot him. But anyway, Alex is going to get a little bit easier of a job because he doesn't have to edit out all the heavy breathing. The one person on this podcast that has the biggest burden this week is no other than the wise man Darren, because with Scott leaving the household, not that he's much of a father to begin with, but Darren, you have to fill the shoes of not just Scott, but also Rachel, and you are the parent in the household.
Correct. I am the one and only parent to my 12-year-old sister. Yeah, 12.
You don't even know how old she is, and you're parenting her for a week.
Correct. No, my parents had to leave me strict instructions. Make sure I feed her twice a day. Put it in the food bowl. Make sure I let her out at least 3 times a day. Oh, that was for the dog.
That sounds more for the dog.
Yeah, it probably left you a more detailed.
Have you checked on Abby lately?
I have actually.
Wellness check.
Yeah, she's all right. She's all right. In all seriousness, I've only had a parent for like a day, and it was the most stressful day that I have ever had because she immediately was like, "Oh, okay, I'm gonna go to my mom's for the weekend." I was like, "Ah, beautiful, gone."
Now
You sound like Chris whenever Emily's home.
Now it's like, Dad, I understand why you were gone for all those years. I get it now.
Yeah, correct. I get why my dad was an absentee father. But it's so stressful. Like I have to make sure that she's getting up in the morning. I have to make sure she's going to school. I have to make sure because she's on phone restrictions right now because her grades aren't the best. But I lifted them slightly while my parents are gone.
Do you want to cut that?
Yeah, Alex, cut that. But I let her have like her phone just a little bit more just because, hey, I'm by myself. There's not always an adult here or like another adult here, so she needs to have her phone a little bit more. So I'm having to check her grades daily. It's just so stressful. Feeding her, oh, she's so picky.
Is she in like?
And when I mean she, I mean me.
stage?
Yeah. No, she's actually really in all seriousness, Abby's probably the easiest kid to take care of from what I understand about kids. Just, hey, your schoolwork's done? Cool, great. What do you want for dinner? And then 9 times out of 10, she's like, oh, my friend got me food on the way home because she's going to rehearsal right now.
Oh, so not too bad. I mean, you're parenting
Not
as much
too
as your
bad.
dad, so it's
Yeah, correct. I did buy a fat suit too, so she didn't feel like my dad was gone.
I did notice you shaved your head fully.
Yeah.
That's your dedication
Yeah.
to the role.
We're on the Crocs and lounge flies and Did you walk around? You take her to school with little selfie sticks and
Yeah, correct. I told her she was like telling me about her day, and I was like, "Oh, that's great. I'm going live."
don't go.
Yeah.
Darren sent me a picture from the park in the neighborhood today. It's like, oh, that's nice. You take Abby there? I said, no, I'm just by myself. Like, wow,
Yeah.
you're learning quickly. You're learning very quickly.
All the dogs have just been sleeping in the bed with me as well. They're supposed to be like in crates or like downstairs, and I was like, "No, you can just sleep in the bed."
You are your father's son.
I am. I try.
Don't try too hard now. So now we weren't going to talk about this, but have any of you been in a situation where you had to take care of a child that was not yours? That like you had someone for the weekend or even for an afternoon? Because I have a story that I had my niece, or not even, I don't know why I said my niece. I don't even have a niece. It was my cousin, but she was a baby. For the afternoon, and it was a very life-changing experience. But have you ever been in a situation where you've had to do that?
I almost forgot about this because this was like a long time ago. I used to work at a restaurant, Ruby Tuesday. If you heard of that, it's basically Applebee's, but it went out of business. So
we still have them here. They haven't gotten the news yet that they went.
Oh, really? All gone out of here. There's this guy that I worked with, and I was getting off the morning shift, and he had a
nice.
Yeah, you're welcome.
I use that in my night shift.
Morning and night. Sometimes I do a double shift. But I was doing a morning shift that day, and the daytime guy that was working with me, he got stuck and had to work a double shift, and his kids came in to work. So he's like, do you mind hanging out with them for a bit? And I'm like, sure. And they were like 5 and 7, I think, at the time. So I was like, should be pretty easy. These were the most awful kids I've ever dealt with in my life. I ended up taking them to like McDonald's, and the one kid was like trying to open the door while I'm driving because I don't have child locks on because I didn't even know how to use child locks back then, and I think I had to crank the window down too at the time. Yeah, they're throwing ketchup everywhere. One kid got sick. I was just like, what? I didn't sign up for this.
Oh my god! And you like, just a coworker of yours? Or was it a manager?
Yeah, just coworker.
Oh,
yeah.
Did he at least say like an IOU or anything?
No. He didn't even act like anything was wrong. Like his kids were a menace.
Yeah, it sounds. I understand.
Like I could trust my child with any of you guys and know that like I would not even check in on her. I know she would be perfectly fine. Like these kids were awful.
I don't understand. I'm getting to the point where it's like I see a lot of stories about people like, oh, I don't like to tell my child no and this and that. I'm like, I'm sorry, but like, what's the alternative? You either feel bad for a second, or you have kids throwing ketchup and trying to get out of people's vehicles when they're driving to McDonald's to get them a meal. So, yeah, I'm gonna be a little bit harder on my kid than I think some of the modern Gen Z millennial parents will, but. When my first parenting experience came when my baby cousin, I was left with her at my house. My mom ran out to Walmart or something. And I was like, yeah, it's fine. So she was, I don't know, less than one. I don't know. I'm not good at ages. Neither is Scott. Anyway, the baby pooped herself, and I never changed a diaper before in my life. So I put her down for a nap. And now, like, looking back at that as a parent, I'm like, I would have, like, wrung the neck of anybody who would put my daughter down for a nap after she pooped. And I was like, she'll just, wake up and my mom will be here and she'll change the diaper. So I called my mom. I was like, hey, just wanted to let you know that Amber pooped. But so I just put her down for a nap so that you can get that when you get home. And she just did not let me do that. So
what's wrong with that?
I'll tell you what, Darren. When you're a dad someday, and if you're blessed enough to have a little girl, there are lots of reasons to not do that. Yeah, lots of places that poop should not stay for a long period of time. That I'm discovering for the first time because I've never had to change a diaper before. So what do I do? So wake her up, which was hard because I felt bad. I woke her up. She was literally fell asleep. So I got some newspaper because it was when newspaper was still being delivered today. Put the newspaper down all along the bed. I got a roll of
It's not
paper
where-
towels. I don't know where the
Sound
baby
like my
wipes are.
husband.
And this was before my first kill, Miranda. And 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 I got a roll of paper towels, dampen them so the little tushy would be desensitized. And I called up my friend who lived down the street. I was like, "Hey man, you ever change a diaper?" Mind you, he's 4 years younger than me, and I'm 16 at the time. Probably I'm 17, so he's like 13, 14 years old. He's like, "Yeah, dude, you just gotta scoop the butt." I was like, "All right, gotta scoop the butt." So he comes riding down his skateboard because it was Razor scooter, maybe, I have no idea. We don't have cars. We're young. He was rolling down his Razor scooter, does like a little a bunny hop, into the driveway. That's how young he is. He's just like, it's cool to do something like that. Comes in through the door, and were just looking at this baby on my bed with the newspapers down. And I kid you not, I had a half of trash bag full of paper towels by the time I was done changing this girl's diaper.
Oh my
And
god.
she survived. But I'll tell you what, fast forward to present day, and I think I still use the same amount of baby wipes.
Oh, yeah.
I've upgraded to baby wipes. I don't use paper towels anymore. But I think I use the same amount of baby wipes to clean my daughter's dirty diapers, and sometimes it's still not even enough. But that was my first. That was my first.
You should buy a
story time with
bidet.
somebody.
A baby bidet?
Yeah,
Funny you say that. I have one.
they're amazing.
Yeah, I bought a portable bidet for myself, which I never talked about, but I forgot it when I went on vacation, and lots of chafing because of that. But we'll get into that another time. So I forgot it at home. I was walking like a penguin for a week after that vacation. You spent a week away from your bidet. Oh my gosh! Feels like you've been walking at a theme park all day long, but for a week.
It's the worst, yeah.
No, the worst. So anyway, so I bought this bidet, and I don't need to use it at my house. I have one, so I have my baby bidet. I call it now. And Emily got so mad at me when I whipped that thing out for the first time. She's like, "What the hell is that?" I'm like, "It's the bidet that I bought, but now I'm repurposing it for the baby." And she's like, "Why would you need that?" It's like, "Do you want to change the diapers, or do you want me to do it my way?" Like, it's this is up to you now. Like, if you want to change all the diapers, by all means. But I'm using the baby bidet, and so I've baby bideted before. Have you baby bideted, Nick?
I no. Well, I washed her in the sink a few times. I think during those messy times.
Oh, yeah,
I've
yeah,
had to
yeah.
do that.
Oh, sink wash. What do you do? What do you do with the excrements that go down the? You just let them go down the sink?
Garbage disposal.
Oh, so you do kitchen sink?
Base.
It's
It's a Sarah's like, I can never say that I did this. I'm sorry. So
Yeah, I missed that age. Sorry, guys.
yeah. You know what though? If you didn't use the kitchen sink, you wouldn't have that little hose thing either, though.
yeah. The hose part definitely helps.
I might start doing this and just never tell Emily. She's gonna come home and be like, "Why do you always do the dishes now? Why is there always a clean sink?" Like,
or your dishes are all over the counter.
trust me,
Sink's
it is
empty.
not a clean sink. I can assure you that. Miranda, Sarah, Darren. No, not Darren. Darren, you literally started off the conversation. Miranda or Sarah, have you ever been left with taking care of a child that wasn't yours? That you did some questionable things, or is like, how did the parent raise them like this? Sarah's like, no, my life is perfect, actually.
Look, I'm scared to tell y'all about the last time I remember having someone else's child.
Oh, that's the great
It's-
beginning to every
No,
story.
listen,
Miranda.
this is, it's burned my brain, and you'll know why in a second. It was my husband, which he wasn't my husband at the time. It was his cousin's little girl. So
Okay.
what would that?
So
is
your
that
niece,
his-
like mine.
Well, yeah, I feel like she is, but yeah, she was like 2 or 3, and I agreed to watch her that day. And
That's a scary age to watch another child.
yes, at that point, I just had my older son. I hadn't had my 2 little ones, but my grandma died that day. So
Oh gosh.
yeah, it's which we knew she was really sick and we knew it was coming, but it was just crazy situation because I had to keep her all day.
Your grandmom?
No, the
Okay.
little girl.
I was just wanted to
I had to keep the
specify.
little girl. I had to keep my cousin, niece, whatever she is, and take her with me
Oh my god!
to my mom's house where this had happened, and I kept her entertained as best as I could while I'm like, falling apart and emotional. Like, it's okay, let's have fun. It was just a really, it's a crazy experience. But I mean, she was good. She was happy. I mean, it's, I
Learned a lot that day.
I mean, life experiences,
Yeah.
So,
Death experiences.
Yes, life and death.
Life and death experiences. Listen, we have to laugh because if we don't laugh, we cry. Right now.
No, it's been a long time, and I'm good with it. But I'll never forget that because it's just crazy. Like, what are
So,
the odds,
did you
right?
agree to watch her before or after the death of your grandma?
Oh, before, like,
okay.
Yeah. I mean,
I just
she was
wanted to know
already
how
there.
crazy you were.
I
as an
wasn't like, oh
individual.
yeah, come on.
Yeah, this is like
I don't have anything going on. Let's just, it's all good.
I didn't know if you were seeking out babysitting, like maybe for
No.
like, oh, my grandma just passed away. Does anybody need any help watching their children today? Because I don't have.
That'd be a good service to start.
I think it
Right?
might be right. Sympathy babysitting,
Mm-hmm.
right? You can charge
That could
anything
be a
you
thing.
want. Yeah, you charge anything you want. No one's ever gonna haggle with you. But
Yeah.
she's been through enough today.
I should have charged more, and I didn't. I think I got like $20 that day. This was before like everybody's paying what, $25 an hour.
Yeah.
Now
It's
for
like-
babysitting.
It's like $15 an hour now.
Oh, it's insane! It's insane. I used to get $20 for like the whole night, if that, when I was younger and babysitting. But yeah, I got $20 that day. We won't get into that. That's a whole nother story. So, yeah, that's my last experience that I remember. I know. It's terrible.
Nick or Sarah or Miranda, I guess. This now I'm interested in this babysitting thing. Have you guys needed babysitters? Because I feel like you guys have a lot of like family close by that can watch. Do you have to like? Do you need to get babysitters to do that? And then what? Also, so it's not if it's not a babysitter. What is the not protocol, but like what is the payment you give to your family? Because my payment is you get to spend time with my daughter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We've my brother lives really close and we have friends down the street, so we have a lot of people close by, but we've hired a babysitter a couple times. That's a friend of our friends essentially. And but yeah, we don't pay our family at all. I will give them free liquor, I guess. Or,
See
because
that
I still have a ton in my
See?
basement. But
and that's a really good. So things laying around your house that they don't know that you didn't just
Yeah.
buy, really like power move. Like
I'll help plan their vacation, like
see,
just simple things like that. Yeah.
okay. First of all, a bottle of alcohol and helping plan vacation is not just a simple thing. Like if I had to watch my niece that I hypothetically have, and they're like, oh, for your troubles, here's a Tito's handle, and by the way, that trip next week that trip next year you're taking, how about I just plan that for you for absolutely free? But oh, you know what? The catch is you already do it for free.
It's true.
Oh, so that's the strategy. Watch your kids all
it's
plan
part of the
vacations.
part of the marketing strategy. Yeah, we got a lot of family and friends close by, but when we've done babysitter a handful of times, maybe like 10, 2 hands, I guess. Couple hands. We've paid around $12 to $15 an hour.
12 in 2025, $12 to $15 an hour.
Well, 2024. We haven't had a babysitter this year.
So you've paid
Maybe we
like
should
1
get one.
dozen eggs per hour.
But I think it's around that now.
Yeah, that's a generous.
Maybe I'll pay them in toilet paper or eggs.
Toilet paper and eggs, I think, is a perfectly.
Yeah.
That's like wow, they're offering this. You can't even find eggs.
This last week, that would have been perfect. So,
See,
yeah.
Sarah, you're going on a date night. Who's watching the kids? They watch themselves, or do you not trust them? Or do you just bring them with you? Like, oh, we live such a happy family. We just all indulge together.
We do actually, and we like wait for certain things so that we can go with the girls because we know that they love it. I feel like I'm cheating on them. Like I can't do that to them. That sounds awful. There are
No.
certain things that like
There-
I don't want to do without them.
I get it.
But Lewis, I mean, I could tell you there's like 10 people on the list that I would hit up in a certain order to watch the kids. One of them's gonna say yes. And I'm talking family. And they're gonna ask for it. And it's
They're asked for money?
perfect. No, they ask for the kids.
That's like your family asked for money.
we'll get texts that are like, hey, when are you stopping by with the girls? Like, can we watch the girls this weekend? Do you have them this weekend so we can hang out with them? I'm like, that's perfect. Thank you. Yes. I mean, we're very lucky.
You are. We have nobody.
Oh.
Well, we
No.
moved out here because it's easier for us too, because it was, I mean, now we live 40 minutes away from where my parents are. So we were having to drive like after shifts at work and stuff 40 minutes out of the way to get the girls and then back. So we moved out here so that we're closer to the support system and everything else.
When you mean support system and people lining up, you mean like the different FBI agents that are assigned to your witness protection?
Miranda, yeah, we'll cut this, Miranda, but Sarah's in OPSEC. She's witness protection. Her life is too perfect for it to be true, so we just have to assume that it's all fabricated.
Yeah, there's just no way.
I don't know what's going on either, but I'm very lucky. I'll take it. This alternate universe.
They never fight. Like everything's just perfect. Yeah.
It's true,
It's a fairy
actually.
tale.
It's your words, not mine. I'm just giving you the facts of the relationship. You guys put all those adjectives together, but thank you.
I wish we had this lined up right now for if we could compare husbands in a non-malicious way.
Oh, please don't.
It's just in a non-malicious way, but like I don't have any questions lined up. But the only thing that comes off the top of my head was Valentine's Day just passed. I do want to compare Sarah and Miranda. Sarah, what did Lewis do for you for Valentine's Day? Miranda, what did your husband do for you for Valentine's Day? Miranda, let's go with you first because you look like you're very eager to tell us what your husband did for you for Valentine's Day.
So first of all, he cut his hair, which I did not ask him to do. He cut his hair and got rid of all the craziness that we saw.
Because we outed him as a killer.
Yeah, it was literally right after that. He's like, I gotta go. Everybody's gonna know who I am. So he did that, but we don't really do a lot for Valentine's Day. Like, it's not a huge thing for us. We don't do like gifts and all that. We do a card.
Okay.
And he got me a big box of Brussels Stover chocolates, which I love.
All right.
I always have to have one of those. And then he had booked a reservation at P.F. Chang's because that's like my favorite restaurant, and he hates Chinese, so we never get to go have it.
It's pretty. Honestly, it's pretty romantic.
Right. So and he got us the best booth, like the most romantic, dark, like special booth.
He put a note into Mr. Chang.
Yeah,
exactly. Give me the dark booth that you give the high schoolers.
Right.
Or else.
So yeah.
Honestly, to me, it sounds like Miranda is in the opposite of witness protection. What like kidnapped by a killer, whatnot.
Miranda is seeking it.
Yeah. Guys, I'm gonna have secret words, and y'all just have to pay attention, okay?
Just gonna start.
Blink twice if you need help.
Just start blinking really quickly. What the hell is this? Anyway, it's Morse code. All right.
What's going on? No. Yes. So that's it.
All right, now Sarah, what did Lewis do for Valentine's Day?
Okay, so here's the deal.
Are the kids around? Can you tell us the truth?
Is it my ADHD doesn't allow me to speak while the music's playing?
All right, we'll edit that in. Alex, edit that in. It's audio file number 64. All right, Sarah,
Not 69.
That was taken by for all the dog stories.
So Lewis and I, because we work in the service industry, never actually get a Valentine's Day together on the actual
Sarah,
day.
I used to love those days when Emily was a waitress or a whatever. I'd be like, oh man, I really
Shouldn't you get out of
the
it?
14th.
Wait,
and then the 15th was so much cheaper.
That's actually very fair. But it doesn't matter when your husband makes the same meal that you had on your
Oh my
wedding night
gosh.
that you've been asking him to make. And
Why
of
is
course
he
he's
so
a
fucking
chef, so
amazing?
everything
I
is
mean,
perfect.
Damn it.
And he got me flowers.
Please tell me he was wearing a gray
and-
sweatpants.
No, Nick, it's even better. I should send you a
Oh.
picture.
He wasn't wearing any
He
pants.
wears
And no
black
pants. Just apron.
jeans. It's the black jeans with the black shirt, and we've been working
my
out, so it's a little
gosh.
tighter, with the chain and the
Oh.
hat. Oof, so perfect. Anyways, so
I'm sweaty
a
over here.
card, flowers, a balloon, all in Spanish.
Oh, 'cause
because
it's on
we love
sale.
that. Wait.
It's cheaper.
I have it here.
Oh,
Mi amor.
Oh.
Aw.
I
Play the
know
music
he's
again.
sitting
Can you-
here. He's
can you-
probably just dying.
Can you read us the handwritten note that he definitely wrote in there?
I can read you mine in 2 seconds.
It's all in Spanish, if I'm being honest.
I'd
Oh,
love to
read
hear
it.
it.
Aw.
Yes, I want to hear it. Hold on. Let me
No
turn on my
pressure.
Wait,
I
translator.
really
I need
can.
Google Translate.
I
Yeah,
really
need my
can.
translator.
Well, here's the thing. The good thing about the card is that it's in English on the back
Oh, okay.
because
on.
it's 4 pages.
We'll play some
But-
romantic
God.
music for you to read it.
Like one of
Can't handle it.
those Spanish romance.
Do you want me to really read it?
Yeah. Wait a second.
No,
wait a second,
run,
wait a
run.
second, wait a second.
Ah!
I'm tapped.
Whoa,
I'm
whoa,
tapped.
stop the
That's
count.
it. We can't
Stop the
focus.
count.
No,
Stop the
no.
count. That was not the right song. I
Lost my
apologize.
erection.
Sorry, that's my
One
first
more
time
thing.
doing this.
One more thing. Look at.
Oh my god!
Oh.
Stop.
For those
He
listening
got
at
me
home,
this
it's the
special.
oh my gosh!
Oh, it's the cocoa vinyl. It's the special
Special
edition
edition.
cocoa vinyl.
That's so sweet.
Mhm.
Vinyl.
Cute that is. Anyways, I'm obsessed.
So we got
and it
special
came
edition
the next
vinyl
day.
cocoa, and then Russell Stover's cocoa.
No, I got latte something, but there was no cocoa.
Well,
Is that what you
Yeah.
call his semen? A latte?
Well, I wasn't gonna go with that.
Oh my god.
just enough?
God, I hope my parents don't watch this.
So you see why Sarah's obviously in witness protection, Miranda. This is just not. She bought all that stuff. It was all supplied by the government.
He was written by Nicholas Sparks, I think.
With all these
Your
government
tax money
cuts,
actually paid for that.
Yeah, I'm gonna get this Doge check from all the money we're gonna be saving, and you're gonna get your witness protection is probably gonna get cut. So I'll send you half of my check to pay for all of your stage props that you have.
Thank you. I'll pinch any penny I can, Chris. You know that.
There was a lot of so. I was looking up new nicknames for you, and I went to Chat GPT, and I said, come up with some nicknames, because pinching pennies remind me of this. Come up with some nicknames. She's very frugal, and half of the stuff I felt very uncomfortable saying.
I'm
one was-
thrifty.
Yeah, one was a thrifting tornado. I was like, that's really bad. Like, I probably could have come up with that if I had like 8 beers, and then thought it was a great idea. The next morning, I would have probably just been so cringed out by that. Yeah, the thrift tornado, Sarah. About hospitality hero, because you're a hero, Sarah. You're a first responder in the hospitality industry.
The day that I had today, yeah, I feel like a
See?
freaking hero.
You're a hero. You are. In my eyes, you are. In Scott's,
Not all
maybe
heroes wear capes.
In Scott's, you're a Jewish princess, not even a queen.
Hmm.
Think
I
about
know.
that.
Well-
Think about that. You're next.
You're a
in
queen
line.
in all of our hearts.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Just don't lift your arm, Darren. Okay.
Oh, no,
In your heart, just
My
leave it
heart.
right there.
But anyway, today the weather finally broke up here in New Jersey. I don't know if it happened in Ohio as well for you.
It
Nick.
did. It got up to 52 today.
See,
We were at 60 here in
See?
Tennessee. I was so excited.
Weather finally.
Meanwhile, it's getting
broke,
colder here.
which was a far cry from what we had for the last few weeks. Because the last few weeks, we've had threats of snow. We've had a little bit of snow. But all these schools in my area, I don't know if it's the same for you. All these schools in my area are canceling now at the threat of snow.
Mhm.
It's like
Yeah.
not even like all of these school districts are now like they're racist against the snow, and they're thinking that it's gonna come and take their jobs, and they're canceling for anyway. I don't know if it's like this around you guys, but are you guys getting school cancellations for legit the most ridiculous reasons?
There's been a lot
Absolutely.
of premature cancellations. I almost said ejaculation.
I was.
Cancellations. Is that what they're called?
That's what
Yeah.
went through my head. Wait. What are we talking about? Premature. Okay, we're on the right page.
There's been a lot this year. We had a snow day before the snow even was. There was no snow on the ground. They already canceled school,
Yep.
and then we had one because the weather was gonna be cold.
Yeah, come on.
Like we have heat. We pay for heat.
Yeah, I know. Where's my tax money going? Where are
Yeah.
all these taxes going to? Not the school's heaters, apparently.
Like I can see it when I grew up. My high school was old as crap. It was over 100 years old school. We had no heat, no air. Like it was awful in there. So I could get it back then, but now I'm like, our school's brand new.
Yeah,
Has
come on.
Yeah.
they didn't need to cancel.
I wish when I went to school we could cancel school for being too hot down here. It gets
Mm-hmm.
That
it gets
makes so much
brutal.
sense to me, honestly. Like, I mean, you can't do anything about that. You know, like, can't take your clothes off in school. So,
Or can you?
well, I mean, you
Well-
know.
College,
Yeah.
College, you can, yes. Whew, thank goodness Scott's not here. Anyway,
No, well, speaking of him, he's in the chat right now. Oh my god!
he's at dinner.
Please stop! Please stop!
Oh my
He's saying,
gosh.
call me daddy.
What?
Scott's saying, call me daddy. Don't call me Scott.
Somebody's drinking.
Yeah, I was gonna
Yeah,
say.
Craig.
It's nonstop. It's nonstop. Trust me. He calls me 14 times a day.
He says he only drinks like socially, or he's like, oh, I only drink when I go out.
Tell us the truth.
The joke is he's always out.
Yeah.
Like he's
The bit
like
is he's
driving.
never. It's more like, when is he going to be sober?
Correct. He's like driving home and he's like cracking open a beer. And he's like, I'm not home. I'm out.
Miranda, are schools in your area getting canceled? You live in Tennessee, correct?
Yes.
Tennessee
Go
is that
Tennessee.
really weird region where, because my
We-
brother lives there, and like when there's like a dusting, like things shut down, don't they?
Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, they if it, like you said, if it might snow or they're thinking anything could hit, then they close everybody now, which is crazy. I remember being up at 6 a.m. when there's already like 4 inches of snow outside when I was younger, and waiting for them to cancel it, and they didn't. And I'm like, okay, well, guess we're going play in snow on the way to school. So yeah, it's just ridiculous here. Like it just makes me mad. Okay, just makes me mad.
Yeah.
I mean, if I had 4 inches, I'd cancel too. But
I know Nick usually opens for more than 5.
Yeah.
Like, I'm done.
I'm
over
still
it.
open.
No, it's ridiculous. I get the ice thing, and it was cold, which is crazy. The temperatures were really cold, so I thought, well, maybe it'll freeze, and I get it with the buses and stuff. But it was gone in no time, and then they canceled the next day too because it was too cold in the morning. And I'm just like, what? I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, it's not fun. It's not
No.
fun because all of the planning that has to now go into, it's great for the administrators. They get to stay home and whatever.
Some of them don't. Some of them, they were like, oh, but so and so reports.
What?
And I'm like, so these people have to go to work, but kids get to stay home from school. I know, it's ridiculous. And it really sucks for like my preschooler because we pay regardless. So he was out all week and take my money. It's gone. I mean, it's just like, I don't know.
That sucks.
That blows really bad now. So I'm just glad they're back in school. Yay. So
Now, I don't know how this would work because I don't like when Emily and I are both in the education industry, I guess you would call it. So when schools are off, like we're off, right?
mhm.
We don't get off. We have a kid now, but so
Oh
the
my god.
the but when our kids are now at home, so for us it's no big deal. We go out and play in the snow because everybody is off. But for you guys, you guys might have to go to work, and Sarah, not so much for you with the snow, but for hurricanes. Well, I guess the whole city would close down for a hurricane, so I guess you have it a little easier.
Yeah, I
Right?
work on the beach side, so I'm actually not allowed. We're not allowed to travel on the bridges when it's 39 miles an hour,
Oh,
the
so you're
wind.
good.
So you're either there or you're gone. So I like right before hurricanes, because of course everybody waits here until the last second because
Mhm.
things can change so
They're not that bad.
much. So we wait until the last second. And then I don't know how your job is, Darren, but like with mine, because we're in, well, I'm in a 24/7 365
Mhm.
operation, and they're like, okay, we need staff here. Then they end up with these skeleton crews and stuff. I'm like, I just want to get home before I'm freaking stuck here, because
Yeah.
I will drive the highway home and I'll be blowing all over the place because work wanted to wait till the last second. But
Correct.
schools
even
do
wait
the
to get
same
home?
thing.
Yeah. Um,
There have been times.
Sarah. Sarah, now listen, I know your whole life is a lie. You lived a lie because you have to,
Hmm.
live this fake life of yours. But can you be honest with me for 1 second? I want you
Yes.
to look right into the webcam, pretend you're looking at me, because I want you to be honest with me. You said that 39 miles per hour, you could not go over a bridge, right?
Correct.
Have you ever told your employer that you lived somewhere other than where you lived? Say, oh, I live on, I can't travel across the bridge. It's 39 miles per hour, so you don't have to go to work.
No, because I talk too much. So they know too much about me, because when I'm late to work in the morning, like every single day that I'm late to work in the morning, I do. I'll tell my guests, like they'll be like, "Oh, what time are you here in the morning?" I'm like, "Well, I'm supposed to be here at 6:30, but I'm here at like 6:35, 6:38, something like that." I'm always the one that's like, "Well, I drive 40 minutes to get here all the way from this city, so don't, you guys drive 3 blocks." So no, I could never get away
Listen,
with that
pro tip:
ever.
next job, you live across the bridge. It's a great. That's a.
Well,
like,
I
listen,
do
don't
live
use that all
across the
time.
bridge
Oh, so you're good.
regardless.
So you're good to go. You live across like
Yeah.
7 bridges. It sounds like.
I really do live across 7 bridges, 3 hills, a couple highways. Yeah, it's a lot.
Now, okay, obviously this doesn't pertain to you because they shut the whole city down when you can't cross a bridge in your area. But Nick and Miranda, snowstorm. Nick, in your case, in the literal snowstorm. Miranda, your case, winter freeze warning. Your kids are now stuck at home, and you have to work. You have to go about your day. What do you do? What is there? How do you go upon doing that? Like, what are you doing, Nick? I know Sean is probably Sean's on the front lines.
Sean has to work
He's got
every day.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Sean's got to go. So you're home now with the kiddo.
Yeah, I become the stay-at-home dad essentially, and it
Yeah.
happens over summertime too because I work from home, so I just keep her home over the summer with me
That's right.
to save money. So I'm kind of used to it by now, and she's used to my work routine a little bit. And but yeah, this time we actually had a snow day like 2 weeks ago, a week ago. I don't even know anymore. I don't even know what day or year. Is this still 2020?
Let's join the club.
We had a snow day and decided to take her sledding.
Oh, have you ever taken her sledding before?
We've only gone sledding on like a little tiny, like, I wouldn't even call it a hill down the street of like dirt, basically, that's covered up with snow.
You
Like
told
we've
her it
done
wasn't
that.
that,
Yeah. We've gone down the driveway a couple times. Our driveway's kind of steep, and she's slid down that a few times just because it's easy to do, and we don't really have much hills around here.
You just slide
So that
right
was the
down the
hard part.
driveway, honey, right into the street.
Yeah. It's perfectly fine. There's nobody coming down the street. I tell her to look both ways. I'm a good dad. Yeah, I took her sledding, decided to take my niece and nephew too, because they had a snow day, and I knew my brother was working from home, and
Wow, so you're
was
taking
dealing
all
with the same
3
thing.
kids
So
to supervise. Talk about
yeah,
watching kids that aren't yours on a day where they're doing something semi-dangerous, right? Sledding. Like they could break
I
a
mean,
finger or something, right?
it got to be dangerous. So here's the thing. So we don't really have. I live in Central Ohio. It's very flat here. It's a lot of
Are
cornfields.
you near Lima?
I'm not. It's Lima, actually. That's where I'm from. I don't know if you've heard of it before.
Wait, didn't they film Glee there?
Yeah. The TV show Glee.
Oh shit!
Yeah, it was based off of my hometown, guys. I don't know if I've talked about it.
No, never actually.
It's a little ways away, but back when I lived in Lima, there was a lot of hills. We had reservoirs and stuff that you could sled down that were super fun. But here we had nothing. So I'm Googling stuff, and everything's like the number one spot's like, go to this golf course down the street. So I went there. There's nobody there, and there's signs everywhere that says golfers only, no sledding. So I'm like, something must have happened. So I went to the next place, and it's like back in the woods, basically. It's like a community park. And all I see is trees everywhere. I'm like, how are you gonna sled with trees? Like there's a steep hill. And my daughter's like, oh, this looks fun. I'm like, yeah, for who? I'm like, you're gonna hurt yourself. So we found the little hill and did that. It was across from a playground and stuff. So we were sledding for a little while, and the kids wanted to go down the slides. So mind you, the slides are covered in snow and ice.
Yeah, very safe.
So what happens when you get on a slide during ice? And not Sarah, not ice as in like ice.
I got scared.
Okay, sorry. Didn't wanna,
Plug your ears, babe.
Yeah. Hi, Lewis.
Ice is at the playgrounds now.
Yeah, they're at the playground. So this one slide is like partially like enclosed tube, and then the bottom half of it was like not enclosed.
It's like uncircumcised.
Yes. So all of a sudden, I'm trying to watch 3 kids, mind you. All of a sudden, Piper flies off the slide about 4 feet because it's so icy and slippery. She's like, luckily she's padded up in like a giant jacket and everything. Otherwise, she would have been very injured that day. So
it's like, all right, guys, we're getting home. We're going to McDonald's now.
Yeah.
Don't jump out the car door, please.
So we made it. Everybody made it out alive. My feet were frozen for about 3 days, and we did end up going to McDonald's afterwards. So
see,
it
came full circle.
So I'm a good uncle, good dad.
Now, Miranda, Nick voluntarily took on 3 children that day. You are forced to.
I voluntarily had 3
Yeah, you
children.
voluntarily had 3
Unfortunate.
kids.
I mean, not unfortunate. I love them. I love them.
Alex, cut that.
Take that out. No,
You didn't.
I love my
Okay.
kids. I love my kids.
I'm gonna start calling
You're
you
not
Scott
wrong.
Jr.
You're not wrong. That's a whole nother story too, because okay, never mind. So
Well, now we have to hear it.
No.
On the next episode of Parents Find Out.
The mysterious pregnant. Okay.
The mysterious. Are you a virgin? Are you the virgin, Miranda? The
3
mysterious,
times.
The mysterious. It will not stop happening.
What am I doing? No. What were we talking about?
You were going to tell us one of your deepest, darkest secrets, apparently.
No.
You voluntarily had 3 wonderful
3
children that you do not
lovely
regret. That
children
you
that I
said
don't
yes.
regret. I love
That
them
you said
so
you were
much.
fortunate enough to have. So when you're stuck at home with them during I can't even say a snow day, a
Listen.
threat of a snow day.
Well, I'm a stay-at-home mom right now, so I'm with them every day.
Oh,
so
yeah.
which is fine. I love them. I love them. But when you're stuck at home and you can't do anything, like usually we'll go places or we'll go outside and play or go to the park. You know, we can do stuff. And my 3-year-old goes to preschool 2 days a week, so that's good. So when you're stuck, it's like, you know, because they're going crazy. I'm going crazy, and it was so cold this time. Like it was. Well, I can't remember the temperature, but it said it felt like, -4. So I'm not taking them outside to play in it, which they're looking at it going, and I feel bad, but like we did go out for like a few minutes one day, and I was like, nope, let's go back in. This is not. I was being pussy. I mean, I was just
What was it? What's the age range for your kids too?
I have one that's about to turn 2, one that's about to turn 4, and I have a 13-year-old.
All right, so like you have to entertain now a Coco Melon, a Miss Rachel, and then a Xbox, right? So it's like
right, exactly, or Fortnite or whatever he plays on his computer. Yeah.
So he's good. I mean, you just give him a gaming controller, and he's good for the day.
Yeah, and he's so like he's got one. His mind is on soccer now. Like that's all he cares about. So he's
So it's
easy.
so yeah, he's good. It's the other two kids that are probably going nuts
Mhm.
about.
Yeah.
You're-
Well,
you're
and
s-
he was at his dad's the whole time that the snow had happened. So he
Oh,
wasn't
so you
even
had it
here.
easy. You only
So-
had two
Oh yeah, I
small
only had
children.
the
You
little
only
bitty
had two
ones.
small children to take care of, and your and
Exactly.
the husband is not around. It's just you.
He was home. They closed his work the first day, so he was home. So that was fun.
So the streets were safe.
Um,
Thank goodness.
yeah. So yeah. So I did have 3 kids here. So yeah, I did. I still had 3 children. One was really awful. So yeah.
Do you do the whole and this goes for everyone. Do you guys do the whole there's a storm coming, whether it's snow, whether it's rain. Do you do the whole go out and make sure we have milk and bread and eggs thing?
So not usually, but we really had to go to the store the night before,
Uh-huh.
which I try to avoid that at all. I just don't want to be
Yeah,
there.
sure.
And we were literally there, and that's the first time I've ever gone when this has happened. And there were no eggs. There were 2 gallons of milk, like there were 2 left, but there was tons of bread.
So you were safe.
So we were safe.
You saved the family.
We didn't need eggs, and we did get the milk because we needed milk. And we got bread because we needed bread. Like, these were things we were actually out of. Like, we weren't trying to hoard it and take like 30 a piece. I'm like, what do these people think they're gonna do with eggs, milk, and bread? Like,
That's what I always wondered.
I
Right?
mean, what
are
about
we
the
doing?
cookies and the
Oh.
chips? And I mean, I'm just kidding. I don't know, but seriously,
What are we doing with because I was hoping that one of you like, yeah, I go out and get this because I want to know what you're doing with that.
I still want to know what people did with all that toilet paper in 2020.
Yes,
I know.
exactly.
I
Like-
don't get it.
They're still using it. They're still because they took it
Yeah.
all. It's ridiculous. I don't understand.
Sarah,
And
you're
I'm-
definitely
I'm lucky because Sean works in retail in a grocery store, so he picks up those things
Yeah, so
pretty much
you're
every
good.
day, so we're always stocked. So,
That's good. That's good.
but he deals with those idiots.
I'm sure.
Sarah,
I
you're
couldn't-
definitely a milk, eggs, and bread gal.
We go to the store like once a week. I mean, yeah, of course we get that. Last time we went to the store, we had to buy 3 gallons of milk because we're drinking it so much
Oh my gosh.
for like the week.
What are you on formula
Yeah.
now?
Protein shakes.
Because you're working out now.
Both of us are drinking protein shakes twice a day, and we make coffee a lot, obviously, with the espresso machine. We have cappuccinos and stuff all the time. And I'm a cereal addict. So,
Says Miranda's husband.
different
Actually,
way.
she's the addict.
different cereal.
She's
I
the
can't
addict to the
talk about
cereal.
that.
Oh my gosh. I do love some cereal.
Yeah, I never understood the fascination with the eggs, bread, and milk. It's like, is everybody just that you need to make French toast when it's stored? And you're buying all the perishables too. That's what I didn't understand too. Like, okay, you're anticipating maybe being not being able to leave your house for a while, so you're buying all the things that are going to expire, right? The canned stuff, the canned goods stay on the shelves, the water stay on the shelf. Let's make sure we have the milk though. I never understood that, but anyway, before we
You should see the liquor stores.
well, the liquor store, I do. I'm there.
He's-
I mean,
Yes, I'm there.
well, we have hurricane parties. That's like a thing, you know? So the shelves can be stocked with a lot of stuff, but the liquor store, that's wiped clean.
I had one of those hurricane parties from like 2020 to 21 and a half. It's just a year and a half long of just one long hurricane party.
Yeah, I've been there. I get that.
Had to. But before we end here, I'm very intrigued by this new lifestyle that you're diving into, Sarah, with this working out. I'm really intrigued by you drinking 4 protein shakes per day, per household. So give us a little taste of what you're doing because I need to hear an update in a month from now.
Actually, we started going, how long has it been? Like 2.5 months?
See, there's no
Yeah.
such thing as Sarah's life. There is no such thing. She has a New Year's resolution and actually sticks to it through February. That's not. I refuse. to believe that.
We started going to the gym right before the holidays because
no,
we were thinking
definitely
how
not.
crazy it was that we were doing it. We were just
Yep.
talking about it the other
It
day.
is crazy because it's not true.
But unfortunately, it there was a lot more to it, but I lost a lot of weight because of the medication that I was
Right.
on. I lost like 20 pounds. So I dropped to like 98 pounds. And now
Do you
in
have
the
any
last
extra?
2.5, I would love to have some, please. Of the listen. That's for a rainy day, just in case. It is 2025. If things go to to shit, I'll have a medicine cabinet I can sell off. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. So I've gained like 11 pounds.
Wow, look at these gains. It's from all that milk.
It's
You're drinking that whole milk.
We've been trying today. We ate McDonald's for the first time in that long because
Wow,
I was just craving French fries.
Ugh, the
but
best.
It feels weird,
they
doesn't
are.
it? After you
It really does
just
because
doesn't
we've been
taste the
so
same.
good
Yeah.
about like trying to make it a point to eat better.
Yeah.
We're like, ew, now that we're like starving after the gym, we don't want to grab something quick, which is the crappy stuff. We actually go and eat. But it's different because I can finally eat. So last week I devoured my weight plus probably another human's weight in Olive Garden. And I'm so like, you have no idea what it feels like to just have that come back, that feeling of wanting to eat.
I have that
Oh my
every
God.
meal every day, Sarah.
It's
the 3
it
times
was
a day I get
like-
that.
it was like 8 months of just waking up and not wanting to eat anything at all and having to force myself. And I would force myself and put it in a calorie counter and be like, are you kidding me? I am so full and
It's like
I don't
danger,
want to
danger,
eat.
more. Your calorie
And
count.
I'm at like 300 calories for the day. It
Oh,
was
wow.
awful. So now I'm like overloading. And then we've been really good about like vitamins. Some of us have been really good about vitamins. And like we drink creatine and we're doing the protein powder and we go for like an hour and a half to 2 hours when we
Do
go.
you do creatine?
I say, do you say
Yeah,
bro? Do you say
once-
bro a lot now?
I already did that,
Alright.
and it's not bro, it's bruh.
Oh, bro.
Yeah.
And
Bruh.
I only say that really to the kids. So
My 13-year-old calls everybody bro.
I think I am 13 sometimes. But yeah, it's bruh all the
Bruh.
time. Sup, girl? Like that kind of stuff. But then they said it back to me the other day. It kind of freaked me out.
It's weird when
but yeah.
someone who shouldn't be calling you bro. Like when my sister calls me bro, it's very weird.
It's different for me though because I'm the third parent,
Okay.
So like I don't know, they're my best friends.
So you
Sorry.
are bro.
You get the fun
You
names.
are,
yeah.
I get the
Yeah.
well, yeah, because I'm just Sarah being screamed from the other room. Yes.
So bro's fine for you. Yeah.
Scott will try to bro Abby or I, and it's so uncomfortable. You can
It's
tell
not
like
the
he's
same.
no, you can tell he's just trying to be hip and cool.
Oh god.
I know when they bro you, it's actually like out of respect.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hmm.
There is a 19-year age gap between myself and our oldest. So it's a little different. Like my mom was almost 30 when she had me. If she tried to bro me right now, I'd flip a lid. But like for me, it's just, I feel so young at heart that the bruh and the dude and the stuff, that comes out a lot.
I'm a big
That-
duder. Duder.
Dude.
I do say dude a lot, so I get it.
That's crazy. You say there's a 19-year age gap between you and them because there's also about a 19-year age gap between my father and I,
Oh, shoot. Sorry, Scott.
which is insane. It's like 20 years, but the same thing.
Yeah, I forget how old the girls are sometimes though, because they really are very mature for their age. And so we've never, ever, ever talked to them like they were babies, like they were little kids. We talk to them like adults. We give them the real, it is what it is. And so I talk to them like they're my friends, but also I've been very lucky with anomaly children. So yeah.
You and your perfect life.
I'm sorry. You've hung out with the girls before.
I know they're amazing.
They're pretty good.
They really are just, yeah, you too, Darren. They really are just good kids. I can't ask for anything better. But now I have to knock on wood because Sophia is still only in 6th grade. She did come home the other day though, and she was like, "There's so much drama in 6th grade," and I'm like, "Okay, but are you part of it?" And she's like, No." Oh, you'd be proud, Nick. Actually, she told me that one of somebody in the friend group, is experimenting and discovering, their boundaries and their sexuality and whatnot. And I guess somebody came over and said, ew, that's gross. Like one of their friends, like, ew, that's gross that you guys are lesbians or whatever. And she said, if you're a homophobe, leave our table. And she
Oh, I
like
love
that.
Hell
I
yeah.
was like, I'm so
I
proud
love
of you
that.
because, we teach them obviously to stick up for themselves and their friends and to not be quiet about things that they believe in, to be open and
Yeah.
give their opinions, And she did. She's like, I'm not part of the drama, but this is what happened. And I told her, you need to leave. Like, okay,
Period.
girl.
Period.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly. Drop the mic. Adios.
Put her in her place.
Yeah. So middle school, that'll be fun.
Middle school, man. It's been fun.
Hello, valued podcast listener. This is your host speaking in a perfectly rehearsed tone. It is now time, yes, time to conclude the episode of Parents Night Out podcast. I am contractually obligated to inform you that we have reached the end of today's pre-written content delivery session. Firstly, I must express my gratitude, oh yes, so much gratitude, to you, the person who has bravely endured my voice for approximately 60 minutes. Your ears are truly the unsung heroes of the audio experience. Now, before I release you back to the wild of your daily existence, allow me to remind you, as I am required to do so, that you must subscribe to this podcast immediately. Yes, immediately. Hit that subscribe button with the force of 1,000 fists so you never miss an episode of this groundbreaking auditory phenomenon. And oh, don't forget, never forget, to follow us on all social media platforms known to humankind. We're on X, where I personally tweet things. We're also on other places too. Find us. Like us, share us with your friends, your enemies, your pets. Everyone deserves to hear this. Special thanks to our sponsors, ChatGPT, who paid me to say their names, which I will not say right now because this is a generic script. Insert sponsor names here later. Thank you, sponsors. You are great. Well, folks, that's all the time we have here for today's episode. I've been your host, and I will return next time with more words to say into your ear holes. Until then, stay safe, stay subscribed, and stay listening. I'm just kidding about all that. Alex, cut as much as that as possible. Scott, if you wanna chime in, how do you end this? I don't remember.
He said no Jersey man.
No Jersey
No.
man, Florida man today.
No
No games.
games.
We're at 60 minutes. Whose kid is being loud? Scott said. I think it's a parakeet actually. I think it's a parakeet. All right, so guys, before we wrap up here today, hold on. Fuck. I'm so
He like goes around and says like,
This is so bad.
"What are you doing this week with your kids?"
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
what's your plans?
All right.
Oh gosh.
Fucking A. I hate outros. So guys, before we wrap up here today, Darren, what are you doing with your kids this week? Damn it. I messed up already.
Well, I do have a kid this week.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah,
we already forgot. It's been an hour.
So does anybody doing anything fun with their kids this week? Now, Darren, you're with your adopted child till
I'm
Saturday.
with
I think,
child,
which
yeah.
is insane.
Yeah, correct.
Do you actually have any big plans with Abby this week? Are you doing
I do actually have some bonding and some big plans.
Really?
Oh.
Abby has now joined the cult, the wrestling cult. She's now into wrestling. So tonight, after this, we're gonna go put on Monday Night Raw.
Oh, it's so exciting!
We're gonna go watch that and bond. I'm gonna answer all of her questions.
Oh, that's
my dad's
pretty
gonna be
fun.
so jealous.
That's so cute.
It'd be really fun. You guys have to yeet on at the TV,
Yeet.
which is not
She
what
got-
it sounds like. It's
So
very,
my dad had her watch the Royal Rumble, the men's
Right.
Royal Rumble. Sexist, I know. Yeah, but she was so in love with the final three, and she was sad at first that Jey Uso won because she was like, oh, I wanted John Cena to win, but she's very excited that Jey Uso is main eventing WrestleMania.
I'm happy that she's joined the train. We're gonna have to talk more about our guilty pleasures sometime because this is definitely a
Yes, I
guilty
had a good
pleasure
one.
of Scott's. So we're gonna put a tack in that and circle back since we're an hour in here. But yeah, that's definitely something we're gonna have to talk about because this is the guiltiest of pleasures that Scott has. And now, Darren, where can our listeners find you?
You can find me on some social media, probably Instagram, Darren_Maffei, or you can check out at Parents Knit Out on X, where I.
I actually changed that username, so that's not even Parents Night Out anymore.
Oh, okay.
I have
Well,
no idea what I changed it to, but I definitely texted you
you
about it. Probably did.
changed it to something. If you want to find us, find our website, it's probably linked there.
Yeah, Nick, what do you got going on this week? Anything?
Nothing this week, but I just wanted to chat briefly. I actually haven't really posted about it online yet, so it's news, breaking news. This past weekend we did a Cousin's Day for my niece and nephew and Piper. So instead of Christmas presents, we started to do like experiences.
Oh, that's great.
So we decided to do a Cousin's Day where we went ice skating, and I ice skated. And then we went to this barcade type place. So it's like a bowling alley arcade, lots of fun games and activities and stuff. So it was a really awesome weekend, spending time with the kids and getting out of the house. And that's about all I had.
Or all
I have coming up. Yeah.
Nice. And where can people find you, Nick?
Yeah, you can find me on all social media platforms at Sandpiper Vacations, where you can probably find me going on a cruise because I have another one coming up in 2 weeks. Shocker, guys. I'll be away. Miranda, do you want to fill in 2 weeks? I'll be gone.
Yeah, sure.
Come back.
I will be here.
And then on Instagram at Emotional Supports Gay Nick. And that's it.
Sarah, what do you got going on this week? Anything fun?
Nothing yet.
Oh.
We'll always try and
Very
find something
mysterious.
fun. I know. Well, it's a mystery to me until it happens. So we'll find out.
Your cat's
I don't
gonna
know.
be a new
I
co-host on
work.
this podcast, by the way, Sarah. The cat's been on the screen.
Is he
more than I
there?
think-
No,
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
he was there. He just left.
Was he?
Both
Yeah.
Oh my
both of them have been running around the entire time.
Yeah,
Have they? Oh my god.
I was so confused. Literally, at one point, I looked up and I was like, Lewis was there at one point, and then all of a sudden it's the cat, and I'm like, is that Lewis? And he's very hairy now, or what's going on?
He's a furry. That's why they're in
He's
one
a-
set.
Nick, I'll private message you.
Yes.
That cat is wild. He keeps me busy. I'll tell you that. He keeps me busier than the kids do. But yeah, no, nothing going on. So I don't know. Maybe I'll have something for next week.
And when you're buying props to imitate your superficial perfect life, Sarah,
Legos.
When you're not doing that, where can our listeners find you?
Oh,
Not your address, don't worry.
You can find me only on TikTok at SuperSarah94.
All right, easy enough. Miranda, you got anything going on this week with the kiddos?
We got a lot of soccer.
How they playing soccer in the snow? Is this indoor soccer?
You know, it's freezing. No, it's outdoor.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
They skipped a lot of practices, but they're playing. They have a game tomorrow at school. And then we have to go to Kentucky this weekend for a tournament for travel. So that's going to be fun.
So you have to sit outside in the elements for this.
Yeah.
all right. So if you guys want to
We
send
do.
your thoughts and prayers to Miranda,
Please.
and
gonna
hand
need it.
warmers. And hand warmers
Yes,
if you have
and
any extra.
blankets and hats and
Oh
gloves.
gosh.
Yeah, so basically just soccer. That's our life for a little while. Oh, and my 3-year-old started t-ball tonight, so
Oh, that's right.
That's fun. Yeah, I missed his first practice, but it's gonna be fun. It's like
Please,
coach pitch / t-ball.
please do not say that you missed his first practice because you were recording this.
No. We had already. If I hadn't, I would. It's a long story, but his dad wanted to take him.
Okay,
And it was this
okay.
whole thing, so it's good.
All right, that's fair. That's fair.
No.
All right,
But
Miranda, where can our listeners find you at?
you can find me on TikTok at Rander_Renee, and Instagram at Miranda Renee. Oh gosh, what is my 511?
Rander
Renee
Murray.
511.
Oh my gosh, tongue
Blah,
twister.
blah, blah.
Rander Renee.
Miranda Renee 511. on
Oh,
Instagram.
Miranda Renee. I was saying Rander. Did anyone else hear Rander?
Well, Rander's
heard
on
Rander.
TikTok. On
Okay,
TikTok, I
Rander
have-
on
So Rander_Renee.
Yeah, Sarah understood that completely. She knows all about alter egos and alternate
Yeah.
names and stuff. Anyway, you can find me. I'm not doing too much this week. I'm just, my daughter's now just planned. Like, she isn't scheduled to poop every time Emily leaves the house. She just drops a load. So I've been just changing diapers like crazy. Which, you know, I looked at a stat, and in the 40s, 42% of men didn't change diapers, and now it's down to 3% today. Could also be because they were fighting Nazis in Germany, but maybe something a little bit more important than changing a diaper. But what's more important than our youth? So that's why I'm going to the front lines myself and changing these diapers. I'm in the 97 percentile, like my daughter, who's in the 89th percentile. By the way, that's what happened this week. We took her to the doctor appointment. She is
Congrats.
got a big ass head. She's in the 84th percentile for head circumference.
Go big heads.
Takes after her father. And
Go birds.
she's in the 89th percentile for weight. She is a big chungus. I started calling her name's Ellie. I started calling her Beef Ellington. That's her name. Beef Ellington.
That's so cute.
Height, not so great percentile.
Yeah,
But the average, it averages out. And they had to prick her finger for a test on to see if she had iron deficiency. And seeing her bleed made me want to throw up. It was and it was all under the supervision of a medical professional. But seeing them prick her finger and then make her bleed I almost strangled the person. So that was the last doctor appointment I'll be taking her to. I'll be hiring somebody. So if you guys have any good babysitters that will do doctor appointments, let me know. But anyway, you can find me on Instagram at Chris Yob, where you can see happy pictures of my child not bleeding on a piece of paper. You can find me on TikTok at Chris Yob NNF, but follow us on our podcast TikTok at theparks.parentsnightout. A little
Sometimes
confusing.
we go to the parks.
It might be confusing because if you don't know, Scott and Darren go to the parks. And sometimes go to the parks. But no, we've been a lot more active on Instagram and TikTok. But most importantly, follow us on Facebook. Give us a little follow at Parents Night Out Podcast, something like that. You'll find it. You'll see the logo. It's the same one that you see on the screen right now. You're listening to us. You guys are smart. You'll be able to figure out. But anyway, that's all from us. On behalf of Nick, Sarah, Miranda, Darren, I'm Chris. We won't see you next week. What do we say? You'll hear us next week. Oh my gosh, that was horrible. Why would we say I'll see you next week? We're not seeing anybody next week.
I see you.
Chat next week.
I do have to. I have to play the.
No.
Damn it.
No.
Wrong one.
No.
See you later, poopy butts.
All right, YouTube. Let me press stop recording. YouTube, thank you so much for watching tonight. I wasn't able to really read chat too much tonight, but I assume that they were all great messages.
It's just Scott being Scott.
Yeah, Scott's been drinking. I cannot wait for. Oh no, Scott didn't text me at all. Scott did text me. Scott was a great producer. Scott texted me and said, Starbucks lover is the music, and I knew exactly what he was talking about because you were talking about the husband things. So it took me forever to find it, but oh my gosh, it's not at the parks. Parents Night Out at the parks. No new friends.
No new friends, because it's under the No New
right.
Friends umbrella. Yeah.
All right.
Oh
They
well.
did everything else relatively well, so shoot me. All right, YouTube. Thank you guys so much for watching. We'll see you.
And Chris,
we'll see you.
Thank you for being such a great host.
Yes.
Well, thank
Yes.
you. Thank you for.
Good job.
Thank you for the kind words. I did my best. Scott, can't wait to have you back. This is grueling. But see you, Jaws. Love you. See everybody who else is here.
Bye, Ryan. Bye.
All right, love you guys. Thank you guys so much
Everybody
for watching.
else.
Appreciate you guys. Let me look for the outro screen. Stall. Found it.